the Greeks reversed the direction of their text, I have to take you back to 1000 BC, when they adopted the Venetian alphabet and started to form their own written text. They had a different phonetic structure to the Venetians, and therefore they used the characters in a different way. The Greeks were the first Europeans to use an alphabet. They were also the first Europeans to identify that there was a problem within the population, and they started to operate in Bostrofeden around 750 BC, which led to a reversal of the direction of the text, which was completed in 500 BC. This reversal of the text is quite unique, and the surrounding countries in the area followed the Greeks very quickly. The Etruscans and the Italians followed the Greeks. So, to start at the beginning, and I'll work you through these characters, something becomes very apparent, that they are directional because the Venetians wrote from right to left. These characters indicate that their orientation is in a right to left direction. Now, the Greeks also wrote from right to left, having adopted the characters, and they proceeded in that orientation for about 250 years, up to 750 BC, and as they tried to teach the Greek population, more and more people came forward to say that they were having problems visually recognizing the words in that orientation. At that point, they realized that to resolve the problem, they would have to reverse the direction of their text. But because there was a proportion of the Greek population that were reading Greek text from right to left quite happily, they embarked on a system of Bostrofeden. This meant that the new text that they were trying to create would have to be read in both directions, left to right and right to left. And they soon realized that they would have to create the new characters that they were introducing into the alphabet so that they could be reversible. And in doing that, they created these characters, and they are palindromic. That is to say that if they mirror image, they do not alter or distort. They stay absolutely symmetrical and are optically correct. Now, this process of Bostrofeden went on right up to 550 BC. So from the initial adoptedness of the Venetian alphabet, the Greeks had been using or altering their alphabet for 500 years, and eventually settled for a left to right direction. But in the process, they created something quite remarkable. They've created an alphabet that can be reversed back into a right to left direction, and the only reason for that would be that there were people with a preference to read from right to left. And the reason why Greek can be reversed in that direction is because of the palindromic letters that exist within the Greek alphabet. There are 16, and they're highlighted in red, and there are only 8 non-palindromic letters. And the 8 non-palindromic letters have been specifically designed so that they do not cause distortion. So when you look at the Greek alphabet in the red and blue, to show which are the palindromic letters and which are not the palindromic letters, you will see that there's a majority of red lettering. This clearly indicates how well the Greek alphabet was designed and how easily it can be reversed. By contrast, when you look at the English alphabet, which only has 11 out of 26 letters that are palindromic, highlighted in red, and the non-palindromic letters are highlighted in blue. When you look at the words going down the alphabet, you can see that there's a majority of blue text within this structure, obviously showing that English will have difficulty in being reversed in a right to left direction. The distortion is caused by Q's, G's, Z's, J's, F's, and you can see quite clearly that it has been specifically designed to be read from a left to right direction, and to alter this will be extremely difficult. Now, Greek was read in capital letters from 1000 BC right up until 800 AD, so some 1,300 years of capital lettering, and then the lowercase letters were introduced after that date. Now, the Greek lowercase letters, which were introduced, by that time there was no regard to orientation preference, so when the lowercase letters were introduced, there are only 11 lowercase Greek letters that are palindromic, as opposed to the 16 capital letters that are palindromic. So in that sense, Greek, to be learnt by people who are dyslexic or identified as dyslexic, will have to be learnt in capital letters primarily, and the lowercase letters will have to be introduced after have actually memorized the capital letters, and there will be an association between the lowercase letters and the capital, but they must already have acquired a spelling vocabulary, so they're not learning to spell in lowercase, they're spelling in capital letters, but associating the lowercase letter with the capital. This research has identified that there are a group of people that can only scan from right to left or have a right to left preference. It has also shown that text is designed to be directional, and that certain text that is palindromic, where you have palindromic lettering, they are specifically designed to be optically correct in either direction, as in Greek. I believe that Greek, at this moment in time, is the only language that is still in use that can be reversed in a right-to-left direction and be optically correct. The amount of work the Greeks invested in this process is quite staggering. I have no hesitation in saying that it cannot be bettered. The Greeks have managed to achieve something quite phenomenal. They have created a unique writing system that can be read and written in either direction, left to right or right to left. This is an achievement that they have not as yet received recognition for.